Welcome back to the newsroom for Between the Ashes here on Paladin Gaming. We have a new news article and a new editorial, so we will read them. New, Khonsu retaliates against Hammer. Acting on an anonymous tip from a Terran investigator, Vasudan regulators have charged Amasis, the former Speaker of Parliament, with collaboration with the Hammer of Light and abuse of government authority for personal gain, allegedly dating back to before Emperor Khonsu's dissolution of Parliament. Khonsu, whose early reign was characterized by aggressive government reforms, has responded to these charges with relative restraint, instructing the Ministry of Imperial Justice to investigate the charges without prejudice. Amasis, for his part, has withdrawn to his residence and refused comment. Emperor Khonsu's careful response, while sharply contrasting with his earlier behavior, is consistent with his recent trend towards moderation. Some Vasudan analysts believe he has been trying to avoid accusations of dictatorship, while others point to Amasis' traditionalist bloc's relatively strong support at lower levels of government, which were largely unaffected by Khonsu's reforms. Professor Nefertum, chair of political theory at the Imperial Academy in Deneb, summarized the situation thus: "The Emperor is above neither the law nor public opinion. Should Khonsu then move against Amasis, he must ensure his case is free of any blemish his enemies might use, whether it be real or apparent. I believe he understands patience." Khonsu's careful internal response contrasts heavily with his external policy. At Khonsu's request, the Vasudan Admiralty issued a demand for the Hammer of Light to immediately stand down and surrender, threatening direct action against Altair should they fail to do so. The Hammer of Light responded almost immediately by deploying a single last-generation fighter through the jump node, which proceeded to unfurl red ribbons, a traditional sign of contempt. The fighter was immediately destroyed and appears to have been uncrewed. The Vasudan declaration was made without consulting Allied officials, and it is currently unclear whether the Vasudan military will follow through. While the Vasudan Empire has strengthened itself economically through trade with the Antares Federation, they have invested little of that money into defense. Meanwhile, the GTA fleet is currently stretched thin in police actions and will be able to provide only limited assistance. While Allied diplomats are working to talk the Khonsu administration down from hasty action, it appears that the revelation of Amasis' treachery has inflamed anti-HOL passions at all levels of Vasudan society. And we can guess who that investigator was. Everything's Amasis' fault, actually. So I may have been less than strictly honest in my previous posting. I was in contact with a Vasudan investigator, but I never went to Sirius to hack into a comm relay. Can you imagine admitting to something like that, even anonymously? Actually, I just put my contact in touch with the Nereid. You knew I had friends in high places, didn't you? Whose agents obtained and executed a perfectly legal subpoena, which remains in effect. It seems my dishonesty had the intended results. The Vasudan parliamentarians we identified have been on the phone with their Terran allies, and the Nereid's agents know all about it. It's Amasis. The former Speaker of Parliament is the point of contact between Holly and their Terran agents. By the time this goes live, Imperial agents will already have executed a warrant for his arrest. Okay. So, things are moving fast outside. Unfortunately, nothing that helps us directly. So this has been the newsroom. From Between the Ashes, the growing silence for Freespace 2 here on Paladin Gaming. This is Paladin Gaming signing off.